That man is not allowed in my pub.
Do you remember this old clip from lockdown? Keir Starmer being kicked out the pub? You'll see why in just a moment.
No, Laura. I'm not going to physically hurt him. That man... Oi! That's assault. I am not bothering you. I am not bothering him. That man is not allowed in my pub. Get out of my pub. Go on. Get out of my pub.
And that was Keir Starmer being kicked out the pub. Why am I showing that to you today? Well, because there is now a new campaign to ban Labour MPs from pubs. You've got pub owners so furious about the pain that is being inflicted on them by Rachel Reeves and the Labour government, who seem to have no care in the world whatsoever for the ability for independent small businesses to survive. They have decided, some of them, that they are going to ban Labour MPs from coming in their pubs as a way of protesting. There's been a big row over the business rates. Rachel Reeves has been accused of lying to the Treasury Select Committee about how much business rates are going up for pubs. I'm going to show you that shortly, but let's take a look at this campaign first. So dozens of hospitality venues are protesting with stickers. I'm going to show you these stickers that are being sold by the guy who has started this campaign, and I'm sure the number of pubs, now this is starting to go viral, doing this is going to go up and up and up. Now let's take a look at the justification for this. This is Andy Lennox, because you know, you may think, looking at that, is that really the way to go about that, to kick them out the pub rather than invite them in and ask them for a conversation? Let's take a look at what he has to say. He says, if not now, then never. Hospitality has spent years shouting into the void while costs climb, margins collapse, and Westminster shrugs. We have done the meetings, the roundtables, the consultations, we have written the letters, signed the petitions, sat through the polite conversations that lead to absolutely nowhere. Enough. The No Labour MP ban has cut through like nothing our industry has ever done. One simple act, one clear message, one united front. Overnight, we grab the attention of the nation. That doesn't happen twice. You either lean in now or you watch the moment pass you by and nothing changes. We need every pub, every restaurant, every takeaway, every cafe, every bar, every hotel, every event space to join in. Even if all you do is stick a sign on the door, take a photo and post it. Social media does the rest. The reach is enormous. The pressure builds fast. That is how you force a government to the table. This is not about politics. This is about survival. Our sector cannot absorb another year of rising costs, rising taxes, falling margins, and empty promises. We cannot keep being the punch bag for ministers who have never run a business in their lives. If we don't act now, we will regret it. The window is open. The country is watching. Labour MPs are rattled. Good. They should be. We are fighting for the future of our industry that employs millions and keeps every high street alive. So rise up, join in, add your voice, add your photo, add your pressure. And if you can't do that, then at least retweet and tag a fellow hospitality member. If not now, then never. We must get a VAT cut. Really a powerful tweet there from Andy, really just capturing how these people really don't feel like they're listened to. They've put the work in to do it the nice way, to do the insider way of lobbying the government, going to those ministerial meetings, having UK hospitality representing you there, and they're just not being listened to. And it seems clear. I mean, he says it there. You've got this government of ministers. None of them have run a business in their lives. They just do not get it. And the other thing is, I don't think they're patriotic, and I don't think they care about the things that make our country unique. What is one of the things that makes our country so unique? It's the pubs on our high streets. Those are what keep the nation talking. Okay, going down the pub and talking to other people. Those are what hold communities together. Same with the farmers. British farming, something very unique to our country. We have British farmers who farm in a far better, more ecological and ethical way than other farmers in other countries, and it's a key part of our countryside, our farming community, yet our government doesn't seem to care about them. I mean, you've got farmers literally considering taking their lives over this inheritance tax raid on them, which is not really going to raise much money, but they just don't get it. In fact, I mean, I couldn't believe it. Rachel Reeves, in her budget speech, boasted about the farm tax, about how brilliant it was. I mean, what planet are these people on? They just do not understand business, and particularly small business. And one of the reasons for that is because the CBI, who represent business in most ministerial meetings, they are the people representing the big giants, the big chains. The little man gets completely left out and ignored, and it is showing. The rise in minimum wage and national insurance is crippling the hospitality industry. It's crippling the retail sector. What have they done in the budget this year? They've increased the minimum wage again because they thought it was such a good idea and are completely blind to the disaster that it's caused. We got the highest unemployment since COVID. The hospitality industry, they create so many jobs, and they are being cut. And those who are still keeping their jobs are keep seeing all their hours cut back as well. They just don't understand it at all. Now let's take a look at the British Beer and Pub Association speaking to GB News about the pressures they are facing.
It is absolutely huge, as you say. It's not just one taxation, it is the cost of everything is going the wrong direction. And the government, we briefed them ahead of this budget to let them know just the pressures we were under and how difficult it was for our pubs to make any kind of profit. With only 12p on every pint, this is shocking. And we should be really thinking about how we can lean in and support our great British pubs and our great British brewers, but sadly the government has not taken that opportunity.
So the government is not listening. So we're going to take a look now at what Rachel Reeves said to the Treasury Select Committee that is being disputed by UK hospitality. But first of all, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date with all the news and hot stuff here at Reason. So let's take a look at what Rachel Reeves said about the business rates increase that the hospitality industry is going to face.
Can I just urge you to look at this again, Chancellor, because UK hospitality would dispute that. They think a 15% hike on average for pubs. So I'll just leave that out there.
Thank you very much.
15% is the cap. So that's the highest it can be.
They're saying an average pub will get that cap.
No.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah. No, the average is 4% and there's a cap of 15%.
So Rachel Reeves claiming that at the Treasury Select Committee that the average increase in business rates will be 4%, but UK hospitality are saying no. 15% is the average. Then they're really disputing a lot of the claims in the budget. I mean, there were a lot of very cherry-picked statistics in that budget to make the situation seem a lot rosier than it actually is. I mean, one stat that Rachel Reeves cherry-picked was she said, oh wow, we've stabilized the economy so well. We're really going for growth. We've had growth forecasts increase from 1 to 1.5%, which shows how amazingly we're doing. It's like, yeah, it's been increased to 1.5% for this year and been downgraded for the rest of Parliament. That is why you're having to hike taxes up in this budget, is because of those growth forecasts being downgraded for the rest of Parliament. She completely ignored that. Do you know what she also said? She said the inflation rate is going to come down from 3.8% to hopefully 2.5% last year. Therefore, I'm improving the cost of living for working people. Like, life's going to get cheaper, life's going to get better. Hello, 2.5% still means prices are going up. By 2.5%, it doesn't mean the cost of living is getting cheaper. I mean, this woman hasn't even... Did she even do A-level economics? Let alone have the qualifications to be running the finances of this country. I mean, God help this woman, and she clearly can't get her stats right. So this is what UK hospitality have said. They say they correct the claim from government ministers who have repeatedly referenced the budget delivering reduced taxes for hospitality businesses, which is the opposite of the reality facing the sector. Even with the reduced multiplier, business rates will increase by 76% for the average pub and 115% for the average hotel over 3 years. This falls dramatically to just 16% for distribution warehouses used by online giants and 4% for large supermarkets. So they're saying business rates will on average go up by 15% over the next year, but over 3 years it's going to go up 76% for the average pub. I'm sorry, but they just can't absorb any more of it. They've absorbed as much as they can absorb. The ones that managed to survive COVID, they're hanging on like a thread. That national insurance hike and minimum wage hike last year was, well, there are a lot of pubs shutting down. It was the nail in the coffin for many pubs, but then they've just given them another slap in the face with this budget, and they just do not care. Now, after that whole debacle over what she said to the Treasury Select Committee, this is what Peter Ruddick, who is a BBC journalist, has been tweeting. He says a Treasury source has confirmed to him that the average pub would face an increase that was higher than the 4% that Rachel Reeves claimed it was in that clip that we just saw, i.e. Rachel Reeves misspoke and she mixed up the stats. Did she lie or did she misspeak? Well, regardless of whichever it is, it shows she is downright incompetent, okay? Whether it was a mistake or it was intentional lying, it just shows how out of depth this woman is. And trust me, if you listen to the whole or longer clips of her at that Treasury Select Committee, the number of ums and ahs was off the scale, guys, because she was so nervous. You could see she's literally shaking. She's terrified to be sat there. She's not confident in the job. She knows she's out of her depth, and she knows that that her job is on the line. Now, he goes on to say, Peter Ruddick, ministers would say this is part of a process to normalise the tax bill and return valuations and tax levels to pre-pandemic levels. The industry would say a 15% increase for the average pub is still not what was understood from the budget speech. And the Treasury says they are easing the transition with support, essentially that their interventions have limited the increase for the sector as a whole. The industry isn't convinced. I think that's how they've got to that 4% figure, by talking about some various short-term bits of support that are potentially going to be on offer. But yes, I mean, Rachel Reeves in hot water once again. I mean, it's every single day. And UK Hospitality, who put out that clarification and said we're being lied to in the budget, we're being lied to by ministers. They have started this taxed out campaign. This is one of their posters that they're spreading around, encouraging people to put on social media, particularly pubs. This is one of them saying the government made more from your pint than the pub did. And then, of course, they've got a QR code there. Now they're going for the right to the MP and whatnot route, and they've got a lot of letters, they've got a lot of meetings. But what Andy was saying, who's starting this campaign to just ban the Labour MPs from coming in the pub, is that we tried all of that and they just weren't interested in listening. So we need to take it a step further, and this has gone a lot more viral than letters to MPs. But let me know in the comments what you think is the appropriate response. Do you think this is a step too far, banning Labour MPs from coming into a pub? Is that a little bit silly and getting a bit too political and divisive, or is that the way to get the attention that this issue needs? I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go and support your local pub if you can, of course. Thank you all, and see you all next time.